I rarely see a lot of people on my street, but today there's a lot. This is me. The light on my face is a little better because there's a building across the street. Pro tip, if you want to film yourself and you want your skin tone to look good, find yourself a natural reflector, like that white building across the street, or grayish white. Can you see that it's grayish white? We're about to come upon a little bit of forest, so to speak. I'm also, people asked me about my audio in my last video. I am hooked up to the DJI Mic 2 that came with my Osmo Pocket 3 in the creator kit. One of my favorite things about DJI is the audio, which, as we know from being videographers, audio is frequently put by the wayside. Would you like to look at some flowers? Let's take a look at that bitrate and see if it got any better. I think it did. Just for fun, this would be a good place to try some D-Log footage. So that's what I'm going to do. This footage is a D-Log footage. I have not graded it yet, but I can see in the camera, which is very cool. I can see the preview on this camera, which I think is really awesome. And you can also grade D-Log footage in the Mimo app, just so we know. I'm probably going to look at this video and think that my hair was pretty nuts, but I don't care. So we're in D-Log M, and this is some pretty flowers. This camera gets pretty close. I still think it's blowing the highlights a little tiny bit, but we can fix that in post. We are now in D-Log M. This coming up here in a moment is some forest type stuff. Here I am backlit again. Here's a good experience of what it looks like when we go from sun to no sun. I will say this camera has great dynamic range in all modes. Probably a little too much. I think DJI went overboard with that 13 stops of dynamic range. Here is some foresty looking stuff. Some more pretty flowers. Very pretty. We are in the D-Log mode. It's beautiful. I'm going to switch over to the non-D-Log to test this firmware update. I'm now filming in normal 10-bit color. I do not have my exposure value at any kind of minus. Here is a very bright building. Maybe it just needs a minute. I have my texture and noise reduction set down to -1 each. And here is the closest thing I can approximate to a forest. I am very backlit. But we're going to not focus on me. We're going to focus on this foliage. Let's take a look. I am at 4K 30, by the way, in Rocksteady. This is just walking down a little bit of dappled sunlight situation. How's that looking? Looking good? I think that they improved things with the newest firmware update. What do we think? Does it look sharper? It's pretty cool. I'll walk back in D-Log mode. Here I am in the D-Log mode, walking through forest-ish vibes. We have Mr. Ghost here. Lots of green. A nice time of day to be shooting in D-Log. We got some creepy Halloween decorations coming up. I'm all about this. This is good. Happy Halloween, friends. Happy Halloween. What do we think? This is D-Log. Back to the D-Log. I think this new update did fix things if they needed to be fixed. And I think they did. There's some pretty flowers. Some more foliage. As I come out of this, I think I will pause here until I get to my next location. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you on the next one. Or at least, maybe the next frame. I'll see what I get back in the editing room. Everything's zeroed out. Back to being sort of backlit. It says backlit and frontlit. I think it helps to hold on yourself to see what the exposure does. Here's some more foliage, some backlighting situation. I'm going to walk down to the corner and see what's up, and then I'm going to call it a day. Am I weirdly HDR'd out? Everything looks pretty good to me. Green looks good. This looks nice. We're all in just regular color mode. Nothing is minused. Does it look better? Better with this new firmware? Really don't know. We'll see. Looks pretty good. What do we think? Some doggies. Here is some regular, straight out of the camera footage. I haven't really altered anything. Everybody's backlit. It's my favorite building in the neighborhood. The Valley Ambassador. Look at this beauty. Again, I'm in regular video mode in front of my favorite building. The Valley Ambassador. Check it out. Check this place out. It's a mid-century modern miracle. It's pretty great for a seriously backlit building. Look at that. Let's see what happens if I go a little wide. I'm now filming in wide, D-Log. It's a pretty cool building. It's pretty amazing. Let's take a look at this guy. This is nuts, this building. Wide is pretty cool for this guy. I'll say. What's wide doing for me? Is it giving me more something? Huh. How's that foliage looking? I'll show you guys the yellow cab across the street. I don't know if you can see it. This is just me in the regular D-Log mode. This footage is going to be interesting. This is this building in D-Log M. I have not graded it. I think it's probably time to go home. Not really sure. I'm in wide. I don't normally film in wide. I prefer not wide. Not wide. I'm going to try one more thing, which is horizon balancing, and see what that feels like. In the meantime, there's the nice green grass in beautiful D-Log mode. It's interesting, it takes a second, this camera, if you notice. If I go directly from myself right to there, it just takes a second. You have to let it adjust the exposure. So it's best to hold like that. I'm going to try horizon balancing and see what happens. I'm now in horizon balancing, which is very interesting and strange. I'm actually turning the camera a whole bunch. I have to turn it that much in order to get any kind of, whoa. And I'm in D-Log still. Probably turn off D-Log when I get up here one more time. Turned off D-Log. I've turned noise reduction down to -2. Still in horizon balance. I'm gonna go for a walk. It's a very backlit situation. Very front-lit situation. The sun is directly behind me. I've turned down my noise reduction just a touch. Let's see what that looks like. I've just turned down my noise reduction a little bit. Make it look better from this angle. I don't know what that looks like. Noise reduction -2. Can you still see details? Looks like it. Turn down noise reduction to -2, texture to -1, I believe. Let's see what that looks like. Nice. All right, guys, I think that's going to do it for me.